Hello everyone and welcome to the highlight video for game number 3 of the Backyard World Series between the Montreal Expos and the New York Yankees. We came into this game up 2-0 looking to hopefully finish off the sweep, and we got off to a good start with Yankee star Zenon Estrada up to bat. He hits a ground ball to Mikey Thomas, who pulls off the double play by tagging out Lindsey Felgate, and we get some good early momentum. We have second and third on in the bottom of the first when Vladimir Guerrero gets a hold of one, and the outfielders collide with each other, allowing the ball to bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. And after one inning, we are up 2-0, looking good. And then in the bottom of the second, Mikey Thomas leads us off, and this should have been caught by the second baseman, but it is not, and that allows us to get some good work going on the base paths. Dante Robinson comes up later with first and second and one out, gets a hold of a slow-mo pitch. Jocinda Smith is out at third, but we have our speedsters on the base paths for Pablo Sanchez, who hits an undergrounder off a corkscrew pitch. That also goes over the fence for a ground rule double, putting us up 3-0 with Keisha Phillips coming up to bat, and she hits an undergrounder as well. With two runners on, this is another ground rule double, our third of the game, and this one drives in 2 runs, putting us up 5-0. 2 outs, still in the bottom of the second. Vladimir Guerrero once again hitting it to the second baseman. This one also mishandled. A second unfortunate play for their second baseman. Keisha Phillips uses her speed to score. It is 6-0, and 2 batters later, Annie Frazier is up to bat, but we have first and third, and we execute another steal play. Amir Khan, once again, having been pulled from pitching and made to suffer at third base. That makes it 7-0 as we jump to the top of the fourth, completely in control of this game. But the Yankees were not going to go down without a fight. Lindsey Felgate getting the infield single. And then it is Zenon Estrada once again getting a hold of the slow ball from Ernie Steele and launching this to left field, absolutely obliterated, to give the Yankees a bit of momentum, cutting the deficit to 7-2, and it's only the 4th inning at this point, so a long way to go and a lot of potential for them. Amir Khan trying to help out in the same inning. Luan Louis overrunning the ball, but Amir Khan just couldn't get any of his juice back after pitching. And even though he beats this one out, he makes a poor decision to try and go to second base, and Jocinda Smith just runs him down, and we get out of the inning. In the bottom of the fourth, Pablo Sanchez makes it to third base, and Keisha Phillips is up, and she gets a hold of the left hook from new pitcher Lindsey Felgate and hits a 2-run home run of her own, countering the one by Zenon Estrada in the top of the inning, and restoring the 7-run advantage, giving us a 9-2 lead. And at this point, Keisha Phillips had hit a home run and a double, and so she was officially on cycle watch. We go now to the bottom of the 5th, where we have second and third and 1 out for Pablo Sanchez. He hits a towering fly ball to right center field. It is caught, but it is plenty deep enough to score Luan Louis on the sacrifice fly, giving us a 10-2 advantage. And then Keisha Phillips comes up once again. Dante Robinson on third, looking to drive him in, and she hits a little dribbler to Amir Khan that Derek Jeter actually ends up fielding. It's an easy infield single. And then top of the 6th, Zenon Estrada, he really fought as hard as he could to try and keep the game somewhat respectable, hits another home run, this time a solo shot to make it 11-3, but that is 5 home runs in 3 games for Zenon Estrada. You have to respect the effort there. We get a first and third play in the bottom of the inning with Mikey Thomas and Ernie Steele, just showing how effective our base running strategies were in this entire series, really, but particularly games 2 and 3. Luann Louis drops a bunt and is going to straight up get a double off the bunt here, as the Yankee spirit was pretty broken at this point. However, Lance Lambert gets a hold of one in the top of the 7th with Amir Khan on first and gets another home run for the Yankees, their third of the game. This cuts the deficit to 12-5, so we weren't too worried, but just shows that there were people who were fighting for dear life to try and keep the Yankee season alive. Ernie Steele hits this little dribbler in the bottom of the inning. Keisha Phillips is able to score as it is misfielded. That makes it 13-5. And then Mikey Thomas comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the infielders were playing deep, so they can only get Annie Frazier out at second base, and that scores Vladimir Guerrero. And then Jocinda Smith hits another little dribbler, and they try to make the play at home, but Ernie Steele just beats it out. No tag applied. So it's 15-5 in the top of the 8th. We bring in Luann Louis. She immediately gives up a home run to Derek Jeter to make the game 15-6, but we felt it was important for Luann Louis to get a chance to pitch in this game to try and finish it off, since she had been so important for us on the mound all season. Keisha Phillips comes up in the bottom of the 8th with a chance to get the cycle. She needed a triple, and she just ran, hoping to get lucky, even though it was a grounder to the pitcher. She gets it, gets the cycle, a game and series winning cycle. Amir Khan grounding into a double play in the top of the 9th. Wasn't the smoothest, but we got the job done. And then Rafael Hendricks lines out to Pablo Sanchez for the third out of the game and the final out of the series, as we get the 15-6 win and finish off a 3-game championship sweep of the New York Yankees. It was an intriguing series. That first game was super epic, and we just base ran them to death in the last 2. So we are the champions, and very happy to have gotten the job done.